Now, during this process, they were very attentive to our individual learning styles. And we just talked about that. I was the more book-oriented learner. I was the one who could sit still, stare at a chalkboard, read a book, take notes, turn the page in the book, look back up at the chalkboard, that was me. My brother, my younger brother of 4 years, he's 23 now, he was the more action-oriented learner. A lot of people today would call him hyper. It was like, he was just all over the place, and you had to constantly keep him engaged. His mind, and so that's just how quick he learned things. It's not because he was unintelligent, but he actually learned at a faster pace than I did. Because, see, I did things the old school way. He was new age with his, so if you want to look at it like that. So, like I said, this is not about right or wrong. It's just the difference in people. Whether you're talking about children, teenagers, or adults, it's just the difference in people. And our parents were very attentive to that. They paid very close attention to us. And I understand that in a classroom setting where, like I said, you got 30, 40, or even more students in the room, it's difficult to do what I'm talking about. That doesn't mean that it can't be done. But in a homeschooling environment, the attention is more undivided. They paid very close attention that we were into music. Me in particular. See, coming up, I was really into the hip-hop. I don't know how many of you, do any of you in here listen to hip-hop? It's okay, you can admit it. There's nothing wrong with hip-hop. A lot of people frown on it because of the way that is being used in certain aspects with the language and whatever. But part of this whole workshop is to show you how it can be used constructively and in a positive way. And see, back when I was coming along, I was really into the hip-hop. I really admired the MCs and their skill with words. You see, it was, for those of you who don't listen to it, you don't understand. But it's just awesome to hear those guys get up there, and it's pure. All that stuff is coming from the head, and it's just the dexterity with words and how you can put a huge, deep, complicated message into 2 phrases. And these guys, they did that, and I got to the point where I would try to mimic them. Now, along with the hip-hop, I also liked R&B a lot, Who remembers the radio station Magic 108? Do any? Yeah, now see, now you know how far back I'm talking, because Magic 108 been gone for a minute now. It changed into 100.3 The Beat. But, man, those were the days. I'm having flashbacks. Right? So, okay, hip-hop, R&B, and then when I got to be into my older, probably like my mid-teens, my brother opened up my musical world. Because, like I said, he was the energetic one, and he liked the really intense stuff. Techno, house, industrial, rock, metal. And he just started gradually letting me preview this stuff, and I kind of like, man, this stuff is crazy, And now I'm a fan of it, And let's talk about something too, since we're talking about the influence of music. I'm going to bring this home. We're going to incorporate it into the learning in a moment, but I just want you to understand the power that music has on your psyche. Who wants to share what types of genres they listen to, what types of music they get into? Who wants to do that? You.
I have a 21-year-old, so I listen to the kind of music she listens to, so I know what she's talking about.
Okay.
But I like jazz.
Jazz.
I also like Christian music.
Right.
I also like, I guess you would call it R&B. It's like a softer. I don't really know the genres, but if I hear the music or the voice or somebody said it, then I kind of know. But I'm kind of open when it comes to music because. That's really how you relate to them, because for a while I was bashing my daughter about, you don't need to listen to that music, turn it off, and I want to hear it in my house.
Right. But
that was how she was relating to like different issues that were in her life. So when I saw how the music responded or calmed her down or helped her through like a hard part in her life, I was like, I need to be listening to these words she's listening to, so I'll understand when she talks to me or if she asks or responds a different, certain way to certain situations. I don't know why. So.
And isn't that interesting how music can be therapeutic? I'll tell you something. I listen to music for therapeutic reasons as well as reasons to get me motivated and energized about something. Let's take a very simple, mundane example. When I'm in the gym working out, you know, and lifting weights and stuff like that, now that's really intense physical activity. That's hard work. And you're sweating and you're grunting and all that stuff. I need something really intense to get me through the routine. So I'll throw on some metal or some rock in that instance. But then after the workout, when I'm going home and the endorphins are kicking in and I'm feeling good, I might throw on some jazz. You know, or, you know, I'm just saying how the power that music has to affect your mood and the specific reasons why we listen to it. So now that we've said all of that, imagine this. Imagine if we could take that power and that influence and bring it to the forefront of education and learning. How easy do you think it would be to engage your students? How many of you think that would serve the purpose? All right. That was definitely our experience coming up homeschooling, being homeschooled by our parents. Now, to get back to our history, like I said, our parents were very attentive to our individual learning styles, and they also paid attention to the fact that we loved music. Now, it came a point where we kind of hit, like, you know, got stalled a little bit in our progress because we had reached the topic of multiplication tables, which is the foundation for algebra, trig, geometry, all the advanced mathematics. You can't go nowhere in any of those subjects if you are not good on your multiplication tables.